In December last year, COVID cases were rising, restrictions were being tightened and Christmas plans were being changed. On the 16th of December, Boris Johnson made this plea.
This Christmas, it's vital that everyone exercises the greatest possible personal responsibility.
Also on the 16th of December, London went into Tier 3 restrictions. This meant no person may participate in a gathering unless it was reasonably necessary for work. The guidance said, although there are exemptions for work purposes, you must not have a Christmas lunch or party where that is a primarily social activity. That was the 16th. On the 18th, a senior doctor described the situation.
We are now at a really dangerous point where we could tip into finding it incredibly difficult to manage.
Also on the 18th of December, 514 COVID-19 deaths were recorded in the UK. And in the morning that day, Boris Johnson tweeted, if you're forming a Christmas bubble, it's vital that from today you minimise contact with people from outside your household. Everyone must take personal responsibility, we were advised. Hours after that tweet was posted, in the evening of the 18th, there was a Christmas party in number 10. We know about it because the Daily Mirror reported how officials knocked back glasses of wine during a Christmas quiz and a secret Santa. The Mirror described how 40 or 50 people were said to have been crammed cheek by jowl into a medium-sized room. It was a COVID nightmare, one source says. There is, I should add, no suggestion the Prime Minister was at that party. The BBC's Laura Kunsberg soon had more details. Laura reported there had been several dozen people in attendance with food, drink and even games on offer, with the event going on past midnight. Or, as the BBC's Chris Mason later reported,
we know from a source that there were drinks and there were nibbles and there were games.
Drinks, nibbles, games. And so it was that we saw this exchange at Prime Minister's Questions this week.
Does the Prime Minister really expect the country to believe that while people were banned from seeing their loved ones at Christmas last year, it was fine for him and his friends to throw a boozy party in Downing Street?
What I can tell the right honourable gentleman is that all guidance was followed completely during number 10.
The Prime Minister's spokesperson also commented, saying, we don't recognise these accounts and all COVID rules have been followed at all times. They were then asked by a journalist, were you guys at these parties or didn't you get invited? To which they replied, I don't have anything on that. And we don't have anything explaining how this party could be within the rules. Because as BBC Reality Check notes, any party at Downing Street would have breached the government's guidelines at the time. Or as Chris Mason put it,
if something looks like a duck, walks like a duck and quacks, it probably is a duck.
And as the week has gone on, more anonymous claims have emerged. One Downing Street insider told the FT there were often get-togethers in the evenings in number 10 while the country was in lockdown last Christmas. It was the only place you could get together and socialise. They happened most Fridays, the source said. Another source told the Mirror that the Prime Minister gave the impression that it could be very relaxed in number 10. He would either turn a blind eye or on some occasions attend himself while everyone else was in lockdown. Or there's The Guardian. It reports one source saying there were loads of leaving parties and unplanned social events that took place in Downing Street throughout the second and third lockdowns. Again, number 10 insists rules have always been followed. But for some, the reports of the party on December the 18th have been hard to hear. The psychologist, Dr. Pam Jarvis, has tweeted, my brother died in hospital on the 18th of December last year. He hadn't seen any family in real life for over a month due to lockdown. Or there's Sophia Nahr. Her father caught COVID in December and died in February.
I think the fact that they had this party, this alleged party, is it's just really upsetting. It's upsetting, it's really insulting. It's really disgusting, to be honest.
The morning after the games, drinks and nibbles in Downing Street, the Prime Minister was to ask even more of people. Having repeatedly said he wouldn't change the rules at Christmas, Mr Johnson made this announcement.
It is with a very heavy heart, I must tell you, we cannot continue with Christmas as planned.
Millions of Christmas gatherings had to be cancelled, less than 24 hours after Downing Street had had a gathering of its own. And while the Prime Minister maintains this didn't break the rules, he's offered no evidence to explain why.